Dopey David Hogg, we all know him. He was caught in a big fat lie this week on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Caught in a big fat lie. David Hogg with the big rally tomorrow in Washington, D.C. I'm going to tell you about his lie. I'm going to tell you what you can do to stop this gun control nightmare that's going on in D.C. And we're going to take action tonight and into the future. Welcome in, everyone. Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, with a little late night Friday night AFA live show for y'all tonight. Let me know where you are watching from. I'm coming to you from Kennesaw, Georgia. Pound that like button. Pound that share button. Let's get everybody on here tonight. There's JT in Crestline, Ohio. Jay in Connecticut. Andy in London. Come on in, guys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, David Hogg, everybody knows Dopey David Hogg, little pencil arms hog. This week, he was caught in a big, nasty lie. And I've got it right here. So David Hogg, just like us, the American Firearms Association, was on Capitol Hill this week with all of his red shirt radical commie mommies strolling around Capitol Hill, trying to meet with members of Congress, raising money from his corporate masters. And Dopey David Hogg tried to meet with little Marco Rubio from Florida, Red Flag Marco Rubio. And he said that Marco Rubio was scared to meet with him. Well, it turns out this wasn't true, and they have the receipts. So Marco Rubio's chief of staff, a guy named Michael Needham, said, no one said such a thing, because Hogg tweeted, please meet with me. We have to end the contentious debate and find out what we can agree on. Rubio's staff said, no one said such a thing. As for the meeting, you must be confused. We had you scheduled at 2 p.m. However, since you are lying, and clearly this is for self-promotion, that meeting is now canceled. David Hogg caught in a lie. And then Hogg had to go out and say this. A classic politician Hogg. He came out and said he blamed his staff, typical politician. Oh, blame my staff. He said, oh, it's an honest mistake. My staff misinformed me. I apologize. Look, the communist left-wing gun grabbers who want to destroy and shred our Second Amendment rights, they are liars. They tell you they support the Second, and then they want to take it away. Hogg says he was wrong, and then, no. David Hogg, you don't get it that way, my friend. You do not get to walk it back. You are a liar. We know what you want to do. We know you want to completely eliminate the Second Amendment and destroy our guns and choke them down a metal shredder and end guns forever. I get it, guys. I get it. That is what Hogg wants to do. Now, tomorrow, Hogg is having his March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C., where he's going to go surrounded by his fully armed guards. David will be surrounded by his fully armed guards, marching with approximately 50,000 red shirt radical commie mommies in Washington, D.C., guys. What a joke. But they aren't a joke. They are not a joke. They brought big pressure on the U.S. House of Representatives last week. They're communists in the Democrat Party, did whatever they wanted. They passed the most draconian gun control we've ever seen. That fight now goes over to the United States Senate, and that's what they're marching for on Saturday, and they're just going to be marching for all across the country. And so here's an article that says, we're angry. Thousands to rally against gun violence Saturday in March for Our Lives. It's not against gun violence, because we know where most of the gun violence occurs. It occurs in the big Democrat-controlled cities in this country. Look at the statistics. Look at the statistics. And so they're going to be marching up and down the streets. You're going to see the radical communists. You're going to see the socialists. You're going to see the trans. You're going to see the victims of society. You're going to see them all there. and they all play on the same team, and they're all playing on the same team to destroy our Second Amendment rights. That being said, they all get together. They all put their money together. Michael Bloomberg matches $3 for every dollar they put in. Every single time they donate, every time they get in, Bloomberg's putting in millions of dollars. Okay? And Hogg is getting his money from all his corporate woke organizations and woke companies. And he's using that money to destroy our Second Amendment rights. That is why I ask all of y'all tonight to do three things, actually. Number one, let me know where you're watching from. I'm coming to you from Kennesaw, Georgia here tonight. Guys, a little late night AFA live show. Let me know where you are watching from. Then when you get a chance after the show, sometime this weekend, early next week, go to stopredflags.com. That is stopredflags.com. We want everyone across the country who's watching tonight, and we're on more than 24 social media channels. Everyone watching tonight, send your email there at stopredflags.com. We have a brand new email petition for you that goes directly into your senator's offices on Capitol Hill. And then the third thing, guys, I want y'all to head over and join up at the American Firearms Association tonight. That's joinafa.org. Write it down, joinafa.org, and get involved in the battle tonight. I'm going to flash it up across the screen there, guys. There it is. Fight back. Join today. Joinafa.org. $35 a year, less than 10 cents a day. You're going to get your official membership t-shirt, something like this. You're going to get your official membership decal. You're going to get your instant grassroots email alerts. You're going to know that we are fighting for you every single day here at the American Firearms Association. And look, it's going to take big money to defeat these radical gun grabbers over in the U.S. Senate. Look, we know where all the Democrats are. We know where Joe Manchin is. Shame on those Republicans for ever giving to Joe Manchin. We know where Joe Manchin is on the Second Amendment. He hates it. He wants to destroy it. He's already said so much this week. Okay? It's the Republicans who are the problem. And I've got an article here, a perfect example of a weak-kneed, linguini-spined Republican. I used that this week, and I like it. I'm using it again. We got Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. You've probably never heard of her in most situations. She's a Republican. She's a rhino. And she says, we owe some steps here in a meeting with David Hogg. There's so many layers to all this, and we recognize that, but we can't say it so complicated that we can't do anything. That's just one Republican who is selling your gun rights out. I know we have a lot of members in Alaska. We're playing right now in Alaska. Y'all are sharing in Alaska and watching in Alaska. Get involved in the battle, guys, because someone like Lisa Murkowski, she's screwing you. We've got Lindsey Graham. We've got John Cornyn. They're the ringleaders in South Carolina and in Texas. We've got Susan Collins in Maine, Rob Portman in Ohio, Roy Blunt in Missouri, Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania, Tom Tillis in North Carolina. Go right on down the list. As many as 24 Republicans could sell you out in this red flag battle over in the Senate. And speaking of this battle and the so-called March for Our Lives, who are we going to see in the March for Our Lives this weekend? I printed out an article earlier. Where did they go? Gonzalez X. Has anybody ever heard of the great celebrity Gonzalez X? He'll be there. Matthew McConaughey will be there. All the celebrities are going to be at the March for Our Lives in D.C. this weekend, guys. And they're going to be spewing the same old communist comments that they always spew. Do away with the guns. It's the hateful white males. It's this and that. The Second Amendment is not this, and on and on and on and on and on. And we are not going to put up with it. And all the efforts that you put forward over in the House, guys, by putting major pressure, and you did, you put massive pressure on in the U.S. House. I say only 5, but 5 traitorous rhino Republicans went in there and they voted for red flags, but they are not coming back in 2023. They'll be gone. They're retiring. 4 of them. One of them, Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania, will be there. It's a big deal, guys. Let's keep that same level of heat on over in the United States Senate. Look, it takes 60 votes. It takes 60 votes in the Senate to pass this massive monster left-wing gun control, guys. It takes a lot of effort over there, but it's going to take a lot of effort for us. And we can stop these radical Democrats from ramming this through. So if you're living in Ohio, you're in Pennsylvania, you're in Missouri, you're in North Carolina, all over the country, stopredflags.com. Get it done. Get in the fight. Join up tonight at joinafa.org. In just a few minutes, I'm going to do a little bit of roll call and announce some of our new members from all over the country. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. The last 2 weeks have probably been the biggest 2 weeks in the history of our organization. Period. Gazillions of new members and supporters coming on all over the country. Okay? Literally gazillions, if you can count that high. Meeting all over Capitol Hill. They tell us your members are hammering our email. You're hammering our email. You're hammering our phones. Keep it up. Let's win this fight in the Senate. If you are not yet on board, I said gazillions of people have hopped on board this week, guys. If you're not yet on board, join up with the American Firearms Association at joinafa.org. Do it tonight. Don't wait any longer, because guess what? I hope everybody has a great weekend for sure. But next week, the fight starts back up. When the Senate went out of session yesterday, Thursday, they continued to meet, meaning Chris Murphy, Blumenthal, Lindsey Graham, John Cornyn, Kristen Sinema. Bill Cassidy from Louisiana is also a traitor, a traitorous Republican. New York Times got mad at us for calling them that the other day. They were meeting today virtually, trying to work out their gun control deal. They're still working on a lot of stuff, and they're getting heat, especially the Republicans. They're getting hammered. So we're still seeing red flags on the table. We are still seeing billions of dollars for mental health. It's not going to solve the problem. Where's the securing the schools? Where's allowing teachers to carry? Where is repealing the 1990 Gun-Free School Zones Act? These shooters, these killers, they pick schools with gun-free zones. They've been very upfront and clear about that. They're very honest about that. That is what they do. Where is that? It's nowhere, because they're not having an honest discussion. There is no compromise with these people who want to destroy our Second Amendment. There's no space for it. And I know you agree with me. If you agree with me and you agree with our organization here at the American Firearms Association, say yes in the comments, or say no, that there's no room for compromise. Period. No room for compromise. James says, no doubt, where's the protection? Well, I don't believe in the federalization of any of this stuff, quite frankly, guys. The only thing I want done now is repeal of federal gun-free zones in schools. No federalization of any of this stuff. Encourage our states to protect our schools. But first and foremost, get rid of these gun controls. These killers choose places with massive gun controls, AKA gun-free zones. AKA gun-free zones, guys. And if you're a member of AFA, guys, let me know down in the comments section. Now is a time in the show that we call roll call. Roll call, roll call, roll call. If you're a member of AFA, comment in the comments section. Let us know where you are from as well. But I'm going to read off a few of the new members who are coming in tonight as new members of the American Firearms Association. This is AFA roll call. We've got William in Casper, Wyoming is in. That's another one, William. We've got Cynthia Loomis out there, Senator Loomis, who's like all in for gun control. Literally all in for gun control. Cynthia Loomis. And keep in mind, guys, we have thousands of y'all watching across 24 social media channels all across this country, including it's running live in Wyoming right now. If you're in Wyoming, Cynthia Loomis wants to destroy your Second Amendment, guys. Get on her ass, call her, and let her know that she is not to do that. Call her. Like, I'm dead serious right now or whenever you can. Text her, call her, email her, whatever. But William is in. It's a $125 level from Casper, Wyoming. Thank you, William, new member. Michael from LeClaire, Iowa is in. You've got Chuck Grassley and Joni Ernst. They're also two that you need to watch. They're in Iowa. Keep the heat on them as well. They could sell you out in a heartbeat. Josh in Caldwell, Idaho is in. I guess, who are your senators out there in Idaho? Is it Crapo? Mike Crapo. He's horrible. Senators, Idaho. I think you've got Mike Crapo and Rich. I don't trust either of them. Rich is a little bit better than Crapo. But let them know that you want no part of gun control and you're going to watch exactly how you're going to vote. You can do that at stopredflags.com. Josh is in from Caldwell, Idaho. Jacob is in from Clay, Kentucky. Jamie is in from Lutowicki, Georgia, here in Georgia. Let's see a few new members still rolling in here as I refresh, guys. There is Philip is in from Ridgeway, Virginia. Thank you, Philip, for joining up tonight. There's Jason in Morrow, Ohio, is in at the $35 level as well. There's Tracy from Milford, Ohio, is in. Again, guys, let me know where you're watching from. If you're just now joining us, my name is Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, coming to you live from Kennesaw, Georgia. Tonight with a little late night AFA Live. I thought I'd come on and update y'all on all the latest developments. You've got David Hogg had to apologize this week. You've got the so-called March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. this weekend, where all the anti-gun commie mommies, most of whom are paid to be there, many of them are just communists as well. You've got the, I saw it on Capitol Hill on Monday. We had the doctors, the residents. They brought all the residents out from the local hospital, all the anti-gun residents. Thank you, Dan. Dan just joined. He is in. Appreciate it, my friend, as a new member of the American Firearms Association. There's Dan. Dan in Rockbridge, Ohio is in. I want all states representing tonight as new members of AFA, guys. Come on in, hop in, and join in and get on board. James says, what are we doing? Hey, man, we're just talking about gun rights. We're talking about the Second Amendment. We've still got hundreds and hundreds of y'all on right now. There's James in Northeast Georgia. And we've also got sellout Republican senators. My third point there. You've got Lisa Murkowski's of the world. And we're going to come out with a huge list starting on Monday of people, Republicans potentially, who are going to sell you out on Capitol Hill, guys. There's Ryan in my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. Love it. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, my man? So we're just chit-chatting a little bit tonight, guys, but I wanted to kind of cap the week off. We had a huge week. AFA staff all over Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. No other gun rights organization was even there. We met with one congressman who said, I have not heard from the National Rifle Association in more than 3 years. More than 3 years, he has not heard from the National Rifle Association. So if there's any more evidence than you need, that you need to drop that AFA or that NRA membership, you need to shred that card, you need to burn it, you need to clip it, you need to drop it, and hop on board tonight as a member of the American Firearms Association. It's just that simple, guys. It's fast, it's simple, it's safe, it's secure. Hop on board tonight at joinafa.org. James says, screw the NRA. Hell of a job standing up for us. Thank you, James, for supporting our organization here. There's David in Post Falls, Idaho. Alan says, I'm with you from Oregon. Hey, Alan, how you doing, my man? There's John in Cleveland, Ohio. Darwin says, Wayne LaPierre is a wimp. Well, I can't disagree with you there. There's Mike in northeastern Pennsylvania. James mailed back his NRA card with a nice letter, he says. Mike says, where's the NRA? Ryan says, done with the NRA. Beal says, the only time NRA is to call is for money. There's Mike in Rock. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's where he lives. Dan says, NRA can dower a satchel of Richards. Summer in St. Louis. Gosh, you guys are great, guys. Let me see if I get a few more members in here tonight, hopping in on board. We'll read off some names. There's Jay is in tonight. Appreciate it. Jay at the $125 level from Muncie, Pennsylvania is in. Guys, the fight really heats up. Guys and gals, I should say. The fight really heats up next week in Washington, D.C. We are expecting a deal to be announced from the radical left. And these sellout Republicans. We're expecting that deal coming in the next few days, probably early next week. Alan says, good job, AFA. Bill says the NRA is worthless. I agree with you guys. take those words and turn it into action, okay? On our shows just over the last few weeks, I mean, I'm talking thousands of new members. All of y'all out there, thousands of new members are joining here with the American Firearms Association, guys, and we appreciate y'all so much for hopping on board, and we encourage y'all to continue to do so tonight and into the future, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. We've had a great show here tonight. Dopey David Hogg had to apologize this week. Big week for gun owners on Capitol Hill. Of course, Pelosi rammed through her massive monster gun control deal and red flags. The fight heads over to the U.S. Senate. Big time fighting starts next week. That is political fighting, by the way, here at the American Firearms Association. We are fighting politically, not in any other way, politically. And guys, I'll tell you, y'all sent, let me just give you the numbers here, hundreds of thousands of emails and calls into Capitol Hill in the last 2 weeks. Hundreds of thousands. And for that, I just wanted to say from all of us here at the American Firearms Association, thank you, thank you, thank you for your grassroots activism. Continue to do it. And this is a shameless plug. Of course, it's not free what we do on our end. We spend a lot of money on systems so that you can be connected directly with Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., with your senators and also at the state level, guys. And I just wanted to say this. You know, a lot of y'all are pissed off that the Democrats and 5 Republicans were able to pass that gun control through the House. And so am I. I am as well, guys. I'm not happy about it. That's why we need big victories in November with pro-gun candidates. And then the Republicans better not wuss out. We're going to make sure we're going to keep the heat on them in the next Congress. But let me just say this. 12 years ago, and guys, this is a great statistic, so write this down or type it on your computer and keep it in a close place. You know, we see it in the news all the time. You have these anti-gun haters in the fake news and elsewhere. You think they're just completely destroying our Second Amendment rights. Now, they'd love to. They'd love to. But 12 years ago, 3 states had constitutional carry. 3 states had constitutional carry. 3, just 3. 12 years later, 25 states have constitutional carry. So I don't want to hear it from anybody on our side that says you guys aren't kicking butt and taking names, because you are. And for that, you should pat yourself on the back. Don't listen to anybody who says, oh, you're not doing enough. Oh, you're not fighting enough. Because you are fighting. We can all fight more politically. But we have scored major victories, including right here in the state of Georgia, with the passage of constitutional carry. We're the latest state to pass. And for that, you should be congratulated. You should not be scolded or slapped in the back of the head for it. You stopped the onslaught in Congress in 2018 when President Trump wanted to hammer home red flags. You stopped it. You stopped it. But all the while, all this nasty stuff has been going on in D.C., you have been active at the state level, getting stuff done, passing constitutional carry. Our friends in Missouri, Second Amendment Preservation Act. We are going to be in federal court. The American Firearms Association and our state affiliate, the Missouri Firearms Coalition, is going to be in federal court on July the 6th in Kansas City, facing off against Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States of America. Do you know who that is? Perhaps one of the most powerful people in the country. We will be there fighting them. Your financial support of us goes to fighting those battles. But we are winning. Freedom is winning. 12 years ago, 3 states had constitutional carry. Today, it's 12. And you know where we're going next? We're going to Florida. We're going to South Carolina. We're going to North Carolina. We're going to Louisiana. And we're going to get close to 30 states passing constitutional carry. So don't let anybody discourage you or tell you that you're not working hard enough or you're not doing enough. Do not let anybody tell you that, because we have your back, and we're going to fight for you, and we're going to fight for your Second Amendment rights all the time. Never back down. Never give an inch. Never let anybody discourage you from fighting for our Second Amendment rights. Because if you do, they're going to turn America into Washington, D.C., where you have to disarm to go there. J.A., that's exactly right. Says we're going to have a big Supreme Court case next week, probably. We are winning. We are going to win. We're going to defeat these tyrants. And we are not going to let them take our country away. If you believe like I do, and you believe like my colleagues here at the American Firearms Association do, get on board. Join tonight as a member of the American Firearms Association at joinafa.org. Joinafa.org. Get in, jump on board, join us in this fight, guys. I love y'all. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. You're going to hear from us on our grassroots email alerts over the weekend, guys, with the latest information. I know it's been a tiring week. I know it's been a tough week. I know there's been a lot of fights to be done. A lot of fights that need to be won, and we are going to win. And these people who try to take our rights away, we will win in the end. You need encouragement. You need to be pepped up. You don't need to be scolded. You don't need to be lectured. You need to stay in the fight. And here at the American Firearms Association, we are staying in the fight for you. So join us. This is an expensive battle. We need your support. We need you to chip in $10, $20, $30, or we need you to become a member. Get on board tonight at joinafa.org, guys. Thousands, and I mean thousands of y'all have been joining over the last 2 weeks. And for that, we are forever grateful for your support. Get ready to fight politically next week. Get ready to win. Don't let these Republicans sell us out. I love y'all. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being a member of the American Firearms Association. Thank you for signing your petitions. Thank you for making your calls. And thank you for fighting for our future here in this country. My name is Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association. Signing off until we meet again. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great weekend, and bye-bye.